XRP holders have been at the forefront of the major shift happening around crypto right now, and that shift is institutionalization. And in this video, I really want to address what's going on right now because I feel as though we are now starting to see everyone change up. And when I say everyone, I mean Bitcoin maxis, Solana maxis, Ethereum maxis. They're now saying maybe we were wrong. Maybe we should have been focusing on these utility projects all along. They're now reanalyzing this space, studying this space from a completely different perspective. And it's so funny because it's so painfully obvious that we were headed towards this direction all along. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you guys aren't in the free Discord by now, you should join up. There's going to be a link down in the description below. So join up. You won't regret it. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about this. I put out a post and I said, isn't it funny that Ripple and XRP were scolded for years regarding the focus on institutions, but now institutionalization of this space is at all-time highs? Some may say that Ripple and XRP were ahead of their time, and now they stand to both benefit greatly leading into 2025. People who pointed and laughed before will soon come to the realization of just how wrong they were when it was so painfully obvious. We are ushering into a completely different environment for crypto, an environment dominated by utility mixed with legitimate players. Ripple has been in this game longer than most are aware. The XRP ledger has been around almost as long as Bitcoin. These are crucial things to know, and they are important for institutions and enterprises that really kind of want to adopt and use this tech. They want to use tech that they can trust, they know works, and they can reap the rewards of, like optimizing margins. And as we really think about what's going on here, listen, the institutions and enterprises have been very vocal about what they want from the space. They want technology that they can rely on. They want technology that, can scale, that's future-proof, that's, extremely secure, that's not going to go down on them. And when we think about that, right, Solana is a network that, shuts down. In 2024, how many times did the network go down? Ethereum is a network that is plagued by, obvious inefficiencies like high gas fees and low transaction settlement times. When we think about what's going on here, right, it's just crazy to me that people are not viewing this as a best-in-class tech versus, the worst-in-class tech. I look at Bitcoin and Ethereum like, listen, don't get me wrong. I think that, the tech was great when it first, came to market, but it's not viable for the scalable transactional use cases that these enterprises and institutions are looking to launch. That's why we look at Hedera. That's why we look at the XRPL. And on top of that, if we go over here from Bitwise Asset Management CIO, he is talking about how the recent crypto market pullback was basically a natural washing out of leverage, highlighting that the long-term drivers are still intact. We're still in a strong bull market. And listen up to what Matt is telling you guys.
2025 and beyond. But should anyone be worrying about the sudden weakness that we've seen in the last few trading days?
No, it's great to be on. I think the weakness we've seen over the last few days is a healthy pullback. If you look at the crypto market, big picture, it's run up substantially since the election. We saw a lot of leverage build up in the system, and this is a natural washing out of leverage. There's been about $2 billion of forced liquidations over the last 2 days. This has happened in crypto since its very earliest period. We need to reset the leverage levels, and then we'll build from there. But the long-term drivers are still intact. We're still in a strong bull market. I think Kathy is right about where this is going. We feel exactly the same at Bitwise.
You are someone who has seen some highs and lows. You understand the volatility in the asset class, Matt. But I'm interested in who is coming to your asset management company. Oh, we've got some exciting music playing on set. They're that thrilled to hear about what you think in terms of institutional money coming now Bitwise's way. Is it still a flood of retail and high net worth individuals? What are you seeing in terms of changes?
Yeah, it's really been both so far this year, but I'm aligned with Kathy in thinking that the institutions have now started moving in size. When you saw the 15 straight days of inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs post-election, I believe that was institutional capital. At Bitwise, every year we survey professional investors and ask them what's keeping them out of the market. And for 6 straight years, they said a lack of regulatory clarity. Well, that regulatory clarity is coming, and that's opened the floodgates to institutions. And I would just say, I think most people underestimate the size of this. BlackRock just came out and said most people should have 1 to 2% allocation to Bitcoin. There's $100 trillion of institutional assets out there. 2% is a lot of investment that still has to happen. We're going to start seeing that really come in 2025.
So here we have from the Bitwise Asset Management CIO telling you that these institutions, these enterprises for the longest time have said, hey, guess what? Regulations have been keeping us out. And now 2025 is going to change that. We are about to witness trillions of dollars flood into this space. And I do think that we are going to see a significant amount of inflows into these utility projects like XRP. And in fact, we know that Bitwise has filed for an XRP ETF, right? For those that don't know, here we have the announcement back in October. Bitwise files for a spot XRP ETF. I mean, imagine if this got approved in 2025 with regulations. All of a sudden, the institutions are flooding in. Where do you think a lot of that money is going to go to? I mean, XRP for the longest time has always been the banker's coin, right? That's what it's been known for. So wouldn't it make sense for the big institutions to go all in on XRP? And of course, they might not just all focus on XRP, but I think that majority of them would want a piece of XRP. I think that we would most likely see a very, very significant focus put on XRP. It just makes sense. Now, on top of this, if we go over here from Chad Steingruber, we have a quote, and he's talking about that video clip that I just played. The floodgates are opening. Real institutional money at scale are just now starting to enter the crypto space since the elections have signaled a course change. When an asset manager like Bitwise is telling you that people are underestimating the size of money, you listen. And yes, if you are watching this right now, it is time to completely dial in and start focusing up. If you don't, you are going to miss out on a lot of money. I truly do feel bad for people that are not fully focused on utility right now. I mean, all of 2024, all we heard about was how utility is a scam. And then all of a sudden in November, everything changed. And what changed? Oh yeah, that's right. Utility projects started to explode in value, which we knew was going to happen anyways. But what do you think happens in 2025 when utility projects are in a bigger spotlight? We have a lot more money flooding in from the institutional side. I mean, I cannot think of a more bullish environment for utility projects. But on top of this, we have over here, I'm relearning all things crypto going into the Trump presidency. This isn't an endorsement of any specific project, but it's an acknowledgement that a potentially disruptive wave to commercialize crypto may be forming. Kyle's video below is excellent and a good jumping off point to Solana and the ecosystem which I find increasingly very interesting, worth watching. Now, I personally don't care about Solana, if I'm being honest with you guys. We know how inefficient Solana is. We've been researching, Solana for a very long time. Do I think that there's money made there? 100%. In fact, I was talking about, buying Solana when it was around like $30. And so far, it has performed very well from that point on. And that was back in 2022. But now, would I be buying Solana? Absolutely not. There's 10 times more efficient networks in this space than Solana. But it's showing you that we are starting to see a completely different focus in the space from some of the biggest players. I mean, these are players that were Bitcoin and ETH maxis that didn't want to hear anything else outside of Bitcoin and ETH. Now they're relearning everything. Everyone's now focusing up on utility. They want to now learn about utility. And listen, if they don't find a path to XRP or HBAR or anything like that, hey, I feel bad for them. It is what it is. But I think that a lot of people are in for a rude awakening when they start to see the big winners not chosen. They're not going to be chosen. They're going to be utilized. Institutions are going to test around and they're going to tap in to the best in class tech. Now, on top of this over here, we have from Matt, he's actually responding to this post. He's quoting it and saying, in 6 to 12 months, mind you, this is an asset management company CIO. In 6 to 12 months, every institutional investor will be doing this. The market hasn't yet realized the scale of what's coming. So every single institutional investor is going to relearn crypto. They're going to reanalyze crypto. They're going to tap into crypto. This is not an exaggerated post. This is a post from a CIO of an asset management company that is working around Wall Street, working around the institutional side of things forever now. If you look at the resume of Matt, you would understand when he is talking about something like this, he's not exaggerating. He's not engagement farming. He is telling you what's about to happen. This is a very significant warning. Now, to wrap up the show, I want to go over here to this post from Smoke Dog. Regulatory clarity and clear rules of the road will allow banks to finally enter the crypto arena, and Trump may completely abolish taxes on many small dollar crypto asset transactions. Major. And here we have regulatory clarity poised to draw banks to crypto arena. With clear rules of the road, banks and other traditional players may finally enter the crypto arena, accelerating the growth of stablecoins. And again, Trump may establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve and abolish taxes on many small dollar crypto asset transactions, making it easier to use these assets for everyday transactions. I mean, listen, if this does happen, I expect this market to completely erupt. I mean, you're going to see a completely different environment for crypto. But here we have the full-on research report. We've been following this for a little bit of time now. But this is very important. Banks are here, ready to have an impact. The beginning of a great collaboration. The convergence of crypto and traditional finance is underway. Evidence of this is the recent cooperation Bitcoin Suisse announced with Zurich-based private bank Meraki Baumann and Co. This collaboration enables Meraki Baumann to leverage Bitcoin Suisse's proven crypto expertise in managing crypto investment solutions and expand its digital asset offerings under the Archip brand. And this basically just kind of talks about how traditional private banks and institutions are kind of changing their tune. They're now finally realizing, like, listen, this technology offers incredible potential. We're seeing the biggest names like BlackRock and Fidelity now tapping in. So something must be happening here. Something, must be going on. We need to start analyzing this from a completely different point of view. We have Mika and these regulatory frameworks now hitting this market as well. So it just makes sense, right? And this is why I do think that we're going to see such a big flood of capital hitting this market as well, because there's so many, on the sideline. There's so many institutions sitting on the sidelines just waiting to enter this market. And I think that, with a pro crypto admin in the US, that's going to be a very big green light for them to kind of say, all right, well, you know what? Now I feel confident, kind of tapping into this market and seeing what we can accomplish. And I do think that, I think when it comes to even the ETFs, right? I think the big thing about that, and the reason why we're most likely going to see an XRP ETF being approved in Q1, is because of the amounts of money that these institutions like BlackRock have actually generated just from, the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. I mean, they have hit historical levels compared to gold in a very short amount of time. So, I think that the floodgates are open. I think that, they're here. We're about to see some very, very significant moves here. And I'm very excited about this. I think everyone should be paying attention to this. I think almost every single institution will be entering this space over the next year or two. I think that it happens very quick. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.